So we're out here today spawning Colorado River cutthroat, the rare species of cutthroat that is native to the southern Utah. This lake here where we're at, Doherty Basin, is the brood stock for these fish, and the eggs that we take from here will be taken all over the state when those hatch and into fry. They'll be stocked all over the southern end of the state for the fisheries that we have in this area, and some of them will go back in here to maintain this fishery. Well, it's the only place that we have these native fish. These fish are the only place we have these fish that we can take eggs from, and so it's really critical. These fish were petitioned for listing at one point from the Fish and Wildlife Service, and we have been able to keep those fish from being listed by spreading this fish across streams and lakes in southern Utah, and been able to create a sport fishery in a lot of different lakes and reservoirs and streams for these fish, and people come from a long ways to catch these fish and to see them. So important fish.
Cutthroat trout are generally not raised in the hatchery in Utah. We generally try to collect them from what we call wild sources, lakes out on the landscape where we hold those fish. And so in order to have these native fish on Boulder Mountain and Thousand Lake Mountain, we need to be able to collect these eggs from these fish here, and then that gives us a chance to have those fish for anglers to catch, and also to help restore them in some streams on the landscape as well. Cooperation is vital. The Forest Service is in charge of managing the landscape, and the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources is in charge of managing the wildlife and fish populations. And those two entities go hand in hand. If the landscape isn't healthy, then we're not going to have a healthy environment for the fish. And just the partnerships we have, it really helps to not only get the work done, but also so that each agency is aware of the constraints that the other is working under, and we can try and work together